Hi, my name is Ricky. Imagine just for a minute that you could sit in a spacecraft above the Earth. Imagine still that you are from another planet and that you are looking for a nice place to take a vacation. You start looking down and listening to the world news, and you see wars all over the place. People fighting over religion, land, nationalities, the rich dominating the poor, and people fighting each other just because they look different. Why in the world would you want to go there? You would probably just want to leave in disgust and look for a better place to land. Well, you could say the devil made me feel this way, or this is what my religion of my parents was, or everyone else is doing it, or any other excuse you might find. Do we all not have a mind of our own, though? Are we all not responsible for what we say and do? Think for a minute. If you had a family, would you pit your son against another son? No, I don't think you would. Then why do you think God would? You take the last World War. The Germans were praying that all their soldiers would be safe, and the Americans and the British, of the same exact faith, were doing the same thing, praying that all their soldiers that they sent into war would be safe. Do you think God actually chooses which side should win? Do you think God chooses the Americans over the Germans? Think back to that family. Aren't we not all God's children? I want to get something straight here for a minute. I'm not talking about any one religion. And it's really not religion that is the problem. It is the divisions and the misguided leaders that create what's wrong with religion. It is the super rich that try to divide us and manipulate us into doing things that we normally would not do. And you can say, well, my religious leaders wouldn't do that. But think back again. Would you pit your son against another son? Do you think God would do that? No, I don't think so. I wouldn't do it. And why should I think God would do it? We, as people, need to take responsibility for our own actions. You take the Bible, for instance. Look at all the many religions that claim the Bible as their source of inspiration. And yet, they spend years, decades, centuries reading it and arguing over who has the right rendition, or who is reading it right, or who is reading it wrong. What they fail to see and take into their hearts is the two scriptures that Jesus said was the heart of the whole entire Bible. He said, love God with your whole heart and love your neighbor as yourself. Who exactly is your neighbor? Well, your neighbor is the person next door. It is everyone, no matter what they look like, what country they came from, or what part of the world they live in. That's who your neighbor is. What it comes down to is your interaction with people. You should ask yourself 2 questions. 1, would I say that to somebody? And 2, would I do that to somebody? If the answer is no to both of those, then don't say it or don't do it. You see, you don't need any religious book to read for the rest of your life. All you need to do is ask yourself these 2 questions and let your heart do the rest. You see, God is in all of us if we let Him in. It doesn't matter what you call Him, and you certainly do not need anyone to preach to you day after day, year after year. Just ask yourself those 2 questions, and that's all you need to guide you through your life. In that way, you become responsible for yourself, and you can rule out anyone misleading you in the wrong path. Those 2 principles are very simple. Love God, and would I say this to someone, or would I do it to someone? You don't need a Bible to tell you what's right and wrong. You already know it. You see, going along with what I just said, how can we bring a change? Well, I have never wanted to become rich, and if I was rich, I would just help others. I have always felt this way because it is the rich that tend to be corrupted, and the ones who want to dominate us and force us to do things that we would not normally do. They bind us with religions and countries and contracts and loans, make us totally dependent on them. If you owe, then you are a slave. If we could all buy with cash, then we would truly become free. But what if we were of one mind, one purpose? What if we could redistribute the wealth of this world to everyone? What if we could help those who have nothing be able to live a reasonably good life? If you give a fish to someone, they eat for a day, but if you teach them to fish, they eat for a lifetime. The Internet has given us a means to communicate with each other at light speeds, and almost everyone is on Facebook or Twitter. What was not possible before is now a reality, although there are people on the Internet with only one goal in mind, and that is to get every penny out of you they possibly can without any regard to whether you succeed or not. We can eliminate them by following the training and with everyone succeeding in a program designed for success. Everyone will see you and all your friends succeeding and will eventually follow, and we can do it by starting with you. You. There we go. You. You. You see, dreams do not come true if you don't take action. If you read other articles on this blog, you will find that anyone can succeed by taking positive steps. That is why I call this business a people helping people business. And anyone can succeed in it. It is designed around me joining you and you joining me and everybody joining us. I mean, just look at it this way. If 10 people start building a house, how long do you think it would take? But if 1,000 people start building the house, don't you think we would get it done much quicker? And, you know, this could become a virus. people see the success that we're having, and they want to join in. And they see the wealth slowly redistributing. If you don't have a job, come join us. Read one of my articles. You'll find out that I had absolutely nothing, yet I started a business with nothing. Read the article. I think you'll find it interesting. I'll have them posted below this video. We can all succeed. All we have to do is take the first step. The first step is following the links below this video. Follow the links. You have a wonderful day. You can call me anytime you want. My phone number is on all my blogs. Contact me. My email address is there. I'm easy to find. Let's start a revolution. Let's start redistributing the wealth of this country. Let's help the needy, help everyone. Join me. You have a nice day.